Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Grammar Lesson.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Mia.
Today, you will learn countable and uncountable nouns in just 3 simple ideas.
3 ideas. That's it. And after this, you will never say informations again.
One time I wrote, I have many furnitures in my room. My teacher circled it and just wrote, furniture is never plural.
That's a classic mistake. So many learners make it.
It happens to everyone, but today we fix it, right now.
We will give you one simple system. Use it anywhere. In writing, in speaking, at a restaurant, even at the grocery store.
One system, so many places. Ready?
Here is the big picture. Every noun in English is either countable or uncountable.
That's it. Only 2 types. Simple, right?
Very simple and very useful.
Countable nouns, you can count them. 1, 2, 3.
Uncountable nouns, you cannot count them one by one.
That is the whole idea. We will build this step by step with easy examples.
And later, if you want the tricky exceptions, we will add those too.
But remember, even the basic idea already helps you speak more naturally.
Let's start with step 1.
Step 1. What is a countable noun?
A countable noun is a thing you can count. 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples.
You can say a book, 2 books, 5 books.
Countable nouns have a singular form and a plural form.
You say 1 chair, 3 chairs. See the S at the end?
That little s is a big clue. It shows the noun is countable.
Let's practice together. Say it with me. 1 dog, 2.
Now finish the sentence yourself.
Good job. You just made your first plural noun. Before step 2, one small tip. Countable nouns can use a or an when singular.
I have a pen. I saw an orange. Remember those from our last episode?
Exactly. Countable singular nouns need a or an almost always.
But plural countable nouns don't use a or an. I have pens, not a pens.
Good connection. Now, let's continue.
Step 2. What is an uncountable noun?
An uncountable noun is something you cannot count one by one.
Think about water. Can you say 1 water, 2 waters? It sounds strange, right?
Very strange. We don't count water as single units.
Other examples: rice, sugar, air, music, love, information, advice.
I love music, not I love a music or I love musics.
These nouns usually have no plural form, no extra s at the end.
I need advice, not I need an advice or I need advices.
See the pattern? No a, no an, no plural s.
That is such an important rule. So many learners forget it.
Step 4. The classic mistake adding s to uncountable nouns.
This is the mistake I made at the very beginning of the episode.
Furnitures, informations, advices, homeworks, all incorrect.
Furniture, information, advice, and homework. These stay singular always.
Really? Even when we mean a lot of it?
Yes, even a huge amount. I have so much furniture in my house, not furnitures.
That feels strange, but I understand now.
Your ear will learn it with practice. Trust the pattern.
What other tricky uncountable nouns do you know, Jack?
Money, luggage, news, and traffic. All uncountable, all without a plural S.
The news is on TV right now, not the news are on TV.
Exactly. News looks plural with that S, but it acts like a singular, uncountable noun.
English keeps surprising us.
Step 4. How do we count uncountable nouns?
Good question. We can't say 1 water, but we can say 1 glass of water.
We add a counting word before the uncountable noun.
A piece of advice, a bowl of rice, a cup of coffee.
A loaf of bread, a bar of soap, a bottle of water.
These small phrases give us a way to count without breaking the rule.
Give me an example, Mia.
I would like a cup of tea, please.
I bought 2 bags of rice at the store.
See? Cup and bags are countable. They just carry the uncountable noun inside.
That is such a clever trick once you notice it.
Step 5. Nouns that change meaning.
Here is something interesting. Some nouns can be countable and uncountable with different meanings.
Take the word coffee. I like coffee in general. That's uncountable.
But I ordered 2 coffees, meaning 2 cups. Now it's countable.
What about paper, Jack?
I need paper for the printer, uncountable, meaning the material.
I wrote a paper for my class. Countable, meaning a specific document or essay.
1 word, 2 jobs, depending on the meaning.
That happened to me once with the word chicken.
Tell us about it.
I said, I saw 3 chickens in the yard. Countable, the actual birds.
Then at lunch, you probably said, I ate some chicken. Uncountable, the meat.
Exactly. Same word, but totally different meaning.
This shows how flexible and interesting English can be.
Step 6. Words for quantity, some and any.
With both countable and uncountable nouns, we often use some and any.
I have some apples. Countable, plural.
I have some water. Uncountable.
We usually use some in positive sentences.
And any in questions and negative sentences.
Do you have any apples? I don't have any water.
What about you, Mia? Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have some... Wait, that's from a different episode.
You're mixing up scripts again.
Oops, sorry. Let's stay focused on nouns today.
Step 7. Words for quantity, much and many.
This is a very common question learners ask us.
We use many with countable plural nouns. How many books do you have?
We use much with uncountable nouns. How much water do you drink?
Many for things you count, much for things you measure.
I don't have many friends here, but I have much patience.
Wait, that second part should be uncountable, so much is correct there.
See, once you know the pattern, it becomes automatic.
How many cups of coffee do you drink, Jack? Oh, wait, I'm asking myself.
I drink 2 cups of coffee every morning. What about you, Jack?
I drink much less coffee, maybe 1 cup a day.
Interesting. We have different habits again.
Step 8. Words for quantity, a lot of, a few, a little.
A lot of works with both countable and uncountable nouns. Easy, right?
I have a lot of books. I have a lot of time.
A few works only with countable plural nouns. I have a few friends.
A little works only with uncountable nouns. I have a little time.
A few friends and a little time. Small amounts, different words.
Give me an example, Mia.
I have a few questions. Countable. I can count the questions.
I have a little money. Uncountable. I can't count money one by one.
This is a nice way to sound more natural and more precise.
And it helps people understand exactly how much you mean.
Step 9. Common uncountable nouns in daily life.
Let's list a few that learners often get wrong.
Information. I need some information, not informations.
Advice. Can you give me some advice? Not an advice.
Homework. I have a lot of homework, not homeworks.
Luggage. She has too much luggage, not luggages.
What was your biggest mistake, Jack?
I used to say, "Can I have an information?" My teacher gently corrected me every single time.
I used to say I did my homeworks. My friends found it funny.
We all make these mistakes at first. It's part of learning.
But now we notice them quickly and fix them fast.
Step 10. Quick practice with real examples.
Let's try a simple game. I will say a noun, you decide countable or uncountable.
Ready? Apple.
Countable, 1 apple, 2 apples.
Water.
Uncountable, no plural, no a water.
Chair.
Countable, 1 chair, 2 chairs.
Music.
Uncountable, we don't say musics.
Great job. You're getting faster already.
Try this game yourself with objects around your room right now.
This is the best practice. Thinking quickly again and again.
Your brain remembers better when you practice actively, not only read.
Quick reminder before we continue. Our main idea was that countable nouns can be counted and have a plural form. Uncountable nouns cannot be counted one by one and usually stay singular.
Good. Now let's add one more bonus part.
Step 11. Uncountable nouns that look plural.
Some words end in S, but they are actually uncountable and singular in meaning.
News, mathematics, physics. These take a singular verb.
The news is surprising today, not the news are.
Mathematics is my favorite subject, not mathematics are.
Tricky, right? The S fools us every time.
It fooled me too for a long time.
With practice, though, these become familiar and easy to remember.
Step 12. Put it all together.
Now, let's build a few full sentences.
Listen to my example. I bought a few apples and a little bread at the store. I also got some advice from the shopkeeper. He said the news about the weather wasn't good, so I should hurry home.
Listen to my example. I have a lot of homework tonight and only a little time. I need some information for my project and maybe a cup of coffee to help me focus.
See? We used countable and uncountable nouns naturally in the same short story.
Nothing feels forced. Nothing feels confusing.
That is the perfect balance.
See? Easy. Simple rules, clear sentences.
You don't need perfect grammar all at once. You just need clear, simple practice.
And a little bit of patience helps too.
Step 13. Practice time.
Now it's your turn.
Answer these questions in your head, or write them down.
Question 1. Is rice countable or uncountable?
Question 2. Fill in the blank. How blank, much or many, water do you drink every day?
Question 3. Fill in the blank. I have blank, a few or a little, friends in this city.
Question 4. Correct the mistake. I need an advice about my job.
Question 5. Correct the mistake. She has 3 furnitures in her new apartment.
Question 6. True or false? News takes a singular verb, even though it ends in S.
Now, check your answers with a friend or write them in the comments below.
Say your sentences out loud, in front of a mirror, or while you make your coffee, or while you walk.
This is the best practice, speaking out loud again and again.
Your brain remembers better when you speak, not only think.
So don't be shy. Try it right now after this episode.
Let's review everything one more time very quickly.
Countable nouns can be counted and have a plural form.
Uncountable nouns cannot be counted one by one and usually stay singular.
Use many and a few with countable nouns.
Use much and a little with uncountable nouns.
Use a lot of with both types.
To count uncountable nouns, add a counting phrase like a cup of or a piece of.
6 small rules, 1 simple system.
But remember, you only really need the first 2. Countable nouns can be counted, uncountable nouns cannot.
The rest add slowly over time as you feel ready.
You don't need every exception today. Choose the rules you understand best.
Maybe you only remember 2 rules today. That is perfectly okay.
Next week, maybe you add one more rule. Slowly, you build full confidence.
Learning grammar is not a race. It's a walk, one small step at a time.
I love that idea.
If you are ordering food, think about the noun, a coffee or some coffee. Both can be correct, depending on your meaning.
If you are writing an essay, check your nouns carefully before adding an S.
It depends on the moment. Feel the meaning and choose your word.
That is a very smart tip.
Before we finish, let's talk about this topic one more time.
Countable and uncountable nouns are not scary ideas.
They are helpers.
Helpers that make your English clear and precise.
And when you use them correctly, people understand you instantly.
No confusion about informations or furnitures.
Just clear, natural, confident English.
It all starts with one small, simple question. Can I count it or not?
So remember, keep it simple.
Practice daily.
And smile.
A smile makes learning more fun, too.
Remember my story from the beginning? I did my homeworks. That's all I could say one time.
I remember. It made me smile.
But now, if someone asks me about nouns, I don't freeze anymore.
Because now you have a system, a simple structure in your head.
Exactly. And now you have that system too.
Yes, all of our listeners do too.
So next time you write or speak, take a breath and think.
Then just ask yourself, can I count this one by one?
You will surprise yourself with how well you can do it.
I believe in you, our dear listeners.
We really do.
We mean it.
So here's your challenge right now.
Pause this video.
And say 3 sentences, one with a countable noun, one with an uncountable noun, and one using a quantity word like much, many, or a lot of.
Go on. Try it now. We'll wait.
Did you do it? Great job!
That's it. You just did the hardest part. Everything else gets easier from here.
Well, I think our time is almost finished for today.
Time goes fast when the topic is fun.
It really does. This was a great episode.
It was. Before we go, we have one more small favor to ask.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Grammar Lesson.
And give this episode a big thumbs up, a like.
It really helps other learners find our channel.
And please share it with a friend who is also learning English.
We want to help as many people as we can.
And now for your homework and our question of the day.
Go to the comments section below.
Write 3 sentences using a countable noun, an uncountable noun, and a quantity word, like much, many, or a lot of.
For example, I have many books, but only a little time to read them.
You can write anything you want.
We would love to read your comments and check your sentences.
It will be so much fun reading all your examples.
Thank you all so much for learning with us today.
Thank you all. It was a pleasure as always.
Stay curious and keep practicing.
We will be back soon with another fun grammar episode.
And remember, knowing what you can count makes your English crystal clear.
Countable, uncountable. Your system forever.
Goodbye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Jack.
Bye, Mia.